Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas Pinkevičius
and Aušra Pinkevičienė.
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as total organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas
and Aušra.
Let's start episode 356 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Jay and Pauline. They are responding to my blog post from yesterday about playing with pointed high heel shoes. I talked about how one lady, beginner organist, came and tried to play with high heels and pointed toes. And at the end of it, I asked what our listeners think. Should she keep trying to adjust to the difficulty of playing with these high heels and pointed toes, or should she just get a pair of real organ shoes? So Jay responded with the following message. I think it's better if she or anyone can get closer to a real pair of organ shoes. I found that it's more difficult to learn and remember good pedal technique when you're changing shoes constantly on which you play pedals. It's better to have some consistency. Some people may not have the funds to purchase great organ shoes like from the Organmaster site. For example, especially students, I don't have a genuine pair of Organmaster shoes either. I've thought about purchasing a pair of those, but just haven't yet. Mainly because I had an older pair of shoes that I just had resoled. Just had a leather sole and a higher heel put on them, and they work fine for me. Cheaper too. In doing that though, you need to make sure that if you just replace the heel, that the rest of the sole is leather, or at least not rubber, something that will slide easily on the pedals. That's my 2 cents of worth. And Pauline writes that she play organ shoeless. And Pauline writes, I play organ shoeless because when I look organ lesson before, we not allowed to wear shoes into the studio. And at home we also don't wear shoes inside the house. And after so much practices without wearing shoes, I felt more comfortable without shoes. I can feel the pedals better. First day I played in church, I also took off my shoes. So I am a naked feet organist. In your opinion, what do you think? No standard or just being natural? Interesting comment,
yes,
right?
It is. And, maybe I'll start with, answering to Pauline's, part of a letter. It's a very nice one, and I also know some organists in Lithuania who always play, without shoes. And I play without shoes myself too. I find it sometimes it's very, beneficial to know how to do it. Because let's say if, you are traveling and you didn't take your shoes with you and you want to try some new organs, you cannot play with the street shoes. At least I don't do it because I feel that it's disrespectful, and it's not a nice thing to play organ with street shoes. So,
unless you wipe the dust.
but still, I just take my shoes off, and I play on my socks. A disadvantage of it is, actually there are two disadvantages, because if you are playing a really virtuosic piece, let's say romantic or modern, not baroque piece, your ankle might get hurt because you will have to
flex it
too much, and it might be really harmful for your foot. And another thing is that imagine if you are playing a recital and organ is not upstairs in the balcony, but it's downstairs in front of people, of your listeners. How do you imagine that happens? Because often in that case, the pedal board is turned in such a way that people would see your feet, because it's one of the most exciting thing for people, to watch how organist is dealing with the pedal. And then can you imagine that you are walking on your socks next to the organ bench?
With slippers.
Or I don't know. Or go with shoes, and then you take the shoes off and put next to the organ bench, and then sit down and play. So you might get in a really comical situations.
Make this large artistic movement of taking your shoes off, so that everybody will see it. It's part of the game.
True, and so you might find this very comical situations.
Not hide that you're playing without shoes, but actually expose your socks and expose the process of taking off the shoes.
So I guess it's a good thing to know how to play without shoes organ, and to be able to do that, because it's very useful sometimes. But I also believe that you need to adjust some shoes and to practice with them as well.
Plus, it's cold in the winter without shoes.
True, right? But it might be cold with shoes also, and sometimes it's better to play on your socks in winter when it's cold. It's less dangerous to play in shoes.
This is counter intuitive, right, Osha?
Well,
explain please.
Because your organ shoes is always right on the edge of being too small for you.
They fit very
tightly. And I had such experience in my life, maybe, 20 years ago. It was December, right around for Christmas, and I was performing in one small town in Lithuania. And I was using my organ shoes for hour and a half. And actually my toes froze. And I was in a big trouble, and I'm luckily that everything was fine after a while, but it was really bad. I didn't feel it at the beginning, but when we went left the church and went to a house to my parents' friend's house, actually, and I started to feel that something is really, really bad with my feet. I had that feeling that somebody took many needles and started to
hammer
my toes. And I took my socks off, and I saw that my toes are red, and we are actually swallowing.
Oh.
And it was really, really bad.
What degree of frost is this?
this is the first degree, I believe. And I got lucky that it wasn't, the higher degree. Because I might, end up without toes left at all. So, but luckily, that there was a medical student next, to us. And she told me not to do anything, like external with my toes, not to rub them, not to, not to try to put some ointment on them, but she said that I need, to get warm from inside. So actually, they gave me like
brandy.
Yes, brandy. Like 100 grams of brandy, and I really got warm from inside, and somehow, then I put like woolen socks on my feet to keep them warm, and well, I got fine after a couple of days.
What if you went to the bathroom and put your feet into the bathtub with a little bit warm water?
Well, she thought that it wouldn't be good.
No.
No.
Not hot water, but
no,
lukewarm.
No.
Room temperature.
Because your skin is very sensitive in cases like this, and you might do more harm than good.
I've noticed that when you are really cold, your fingers are cold, and you put them under the hot water flow, it's extremely hot.
And actually, after that time, I learned my lesson. That now, when I know that I will have to perform, during winter time in a cold church, I put the woolen socks on my feet instead of organ shoes, and that way I know that I will not bruise my feet.
That's good to know for other people, I guess, too, who are playing without shoes. But now you're playing with shoes every time, right? In public.
Yes, but if it's really cold, I try just to put them right for my performance and then to take them off. As fast as I can.
Not for a long period of time, but just as short period of time as possible. That's good to know. Thank you, guys. If you have any other observations about playing without regular organ shoes, please send them to us.
And another remark about Jay, I think he found a great solution, that he remade his shoes into an organ shoes. I think that's a very good way to do.
Yes, you not always have to buy things.
That's right.
You can repurpose.
Adjust. True.
Just make sure that the soles are from leather and that the heel is like 3 centimeters or 2 inches high.
Yes, and another thing about that, lady who played with high heels, maybe, she has French blood. Because I have heard so many stories about these, French madams, like Madame Duruflé, who came actually to Lithuania to perform way back. And some older colleagues of ours, listened to her recital, and we thought that she actually was playing, with high heels and really fashionable shoes, and she was just brilliant. So I guess some people can do it.
Do you think that Madame Duruflé started with high heels?
I don't know.
As a beginner organist?
I don't know.
That's the question.
I guess, French women are very special.
But I have no doubt that it's possible to play with high heels too. It only takes much more effort and much more time to get used to this, because it's much easier to slip because of narrow heels. It depends on your needs, I guess, and how fashionable you want to look on the
That's right.
organ bench. Okay, guys, wonderful questions. We hope to help you grow. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online. where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, "The sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your essays, courses, and all your help."
Robert writes, "I found the fingerings, registration ideas, and general comments to be excellent."
John writes, "I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos, and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you were teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right, as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor."
Robert writes, "It has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching."
Ron writes, "Hi Vidas and Ausra, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home, and lucky that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this haha no longer secret model. Yes, and I love Cesar Frank too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Ausra and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward."
Would you like to receive the same or even better results that our students are getting? If so, join them at organduo.lt/total-organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition, and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas.
And Ausra from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
Miracles happen.